is recognized for 5 minutes for questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Carroll, first I want to thank you for your 24 years of service to your country and for all that you are doing to call attention to the crisis along our southwest border. Ms. Hopper, I also want to thank you as well, direct my questions first to you, Ms. Hopper. You state in your written testimony, you talk about this not being a political issue, that this is in fact a humanitarian crisis that has costed the lives of countless children. You go in to talk about the devastation that you've seen firsthand, and that you have seen cartel members operating with impunity along our southwest border. We are well aware of human trafficking and the number of individuals who are brought into the country illegally, both children and adults. Some of those forced into modern-day slavery to pay back the cost of their safe travel across the border. We're also very well aware of sex trafficking. We're aware that individuals are brought into the country and they're sex trafficked once they've entered the country. And you do a great job in your report talking about issues of sexual violence that occur during transit. You talk about that, you say here that there's a disturbing aspect of cartel operations and the sexual exploitation that occurs at specific points along the smuggling route. And you even refer to those as what are known as rape trees, where young women and in some cases possibly young men are sexually assaulted by those individuals that are giving them passage across the border. And so while we as a committee are well aware of those allegations, you also bring up another disturbing, shocking new category, I guess, if you will, and I think, Mr. Carroll, you may have addressed that briefly as well, involving the harvesting of organs, and that drug cartels are now moved into this new category of activity involving organ harvesting. In many cases, it seems like from reading your testimony, I'm going to ask you to expand on that in just a minute, that these are migrants who are attempting to travel into the United States, that drug cartels are in cases harvesting organs of those individuals. You said that this is a common practice that occurs at both veterinarian clinics and hospitals, I'm assuming there in Mexico. And you even talk about a report from August of 2024 where there were 2 American college students who were there in Mexico who were drugged with the belief that they were to be apprehended so that their organs could be harvested. And so as we move into this, I just want to give you a minute to enlighten our committee about what you have found as it relates specifically to drug cartels, which are now moving into this disturbing new arena of harvesting organs of individuals attempting to come to the United States.
Thank you for the opportunity to expand on that. During the interview with the former Sinaloa cartel affiliate, he expanded on a lot of what you highlighted. He expanded on the fact that these migrant children, especially if they're traveling without their parent, there is no way to communicate whether they've made it through their journey or not. And if a cartel member or smuggler gets a call that there is a specific organ that they're looking for, they will scout out those organs and specially focus on migrant children, namely for the fact that they are vulnerable, they're unable to fight back, and, you know, as horrid as it sounds, their organs are more, you know, intact and in better shape. So there is no way to communicate with these children once they've crossed into the border, so they kind of disappear on the way.
And Mr. Carroll, let me ask you, because since you've also talked on this subject briefly, do you agree with the assessment of Ms. Hopper on the organ harvesting, and do you have anything that you would like to add?
Organ harvesting is real. To think that it's not, that we're trafficking, this federal government's bringing children over, they're being lost, sexually mutilated, sexually raped, murdered, and then we're shocked or appalled that there could be organ harvesting. The people I've interviewed, multiple people, said, and I asked them, is this an anomaly? Is this a one-off? No, this is pervasive and is growing daily.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
The gentleman yields. Ms. Ramirez recognized.